Did you see what happened on First Take? Stephen A. Smith and Monica McNutt had an intense argument about Caitlin Clark and the media coverage in the WNBA. It was a show of provocations and shocking revelations that no one expected.
Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
But before we dive into the topic, I want to remind you that 98.7% of you watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. So please click the subscribe button and let's get into it. The game between the Fever and the Chicago Sky caused a lot of controversy after that heavy foul against Caitlin Clark. Stephen A. Smith, in the midst of the discussion, stated that this animosity towards Clark goes beyond the court. He suggested that some WNBA players are jealous of Clark's rapid success, especially because she is a white player who has come in dominating the league. Smith didn't hold back, saying that the efforts of years from other players seem to have been overshadowed by Caitlin's meteoric rise. Monica McNutt, on the other hand, argued that while Caitlin Clark is helping to elevate the league's profile, she can't be treated specially just because she's a rookie. The game is physical, and Clark, like all the others, needs to adapt to it. McNutt also criticized Smith for not using his significant platform to support the WNBA earlier, pointing out that he could have done much more to promote the league and its veteran players, and it didn't stop there. Smith defended that First Take talks more about the WNBA and women's sports than any other show, but McNutt didn't back down, emphasizing that Smith has enormous influence and should have used it sooner. Smith highlighted that beyond the physical aggression on the court, there is a deeper layer of resentment. He mentioned that Clark, despite being a rookie, received immense attention, which affected other players who have been fighting for years. For Smith, this resentment is somewhat understandable, as Clark has brought a visibility and hype that many veteran athletes never had. Monica McNutt did not agree with this view. She argued that Clark's arrival is a positive reflection, something that should be celebrated, but that the media needs to balance the attention between new stars and experienced players who built the foundation of the league. McNutt also pointed out that physicality is part of the game, and Clark, like any other player, needs to get used to it. She cannot be babied simply because she is a rookie with great potential. The tension increased when Smith insinuated that racial issues might be influencing the dynamics in the league. He stated that Clark, being white, might be receiving disproportionate promotion compared to equally talented black players. This touched on a sensitive point and generated more debates about equality and fairness in the WNBA. Smith didn't hold back when mentioning that players like Angel Reese might be directing personal frustrations towards Clark. He highlighted that on many occasions, Clark has been the target of aggression that seems to exceed the boundaries of fair play. In the game against the Chicago Sky, Chennedy Carter's foul was just a recent example of this troubling trend. The issue, according to Smith, is that Clark's success is exposing some rifts in the WNBA. He argued that instead of supporting and benefiting from Clark's popularity, some players are reacting negatively, which only harms the league's image as a whole. He also emphasized that the WNBA should use Clark's rise to promote all players, but in a fair and balanced way. McNutt brought up an interesting point: the impact of new players on the league and how they can coexist with veterans. She believes that the attention on Clark should not diminish the recognition of the contributions of players who paved the way for the new generation. For McNutt, the challenge is to find a middle ground where emerging talent is celebrated without overshadowing the legacy of the veterans. Additionally, McNutt made it clear that despite the physical nature of the game, it is crucial to protect all players from unfair and dangerous actions. She agreed that the WNBA needs to review how flagrant fouls are handled and ensure that player safety is a priority. However, she reiterated that Clark needs to face these challenges head-on and prove that she can adapt to the physical level of the WNBA. The repercussions of this discussion between Smith and McNutt were immediate. On social media, the debate took over, with WNBA fans divided between supporting Clark and recognizing the importance of veteran players. The hashtag #ProtectCaitlinClark gained traction, showing fans' concern for the Fever players' safety. The media also joined in, with various commentators and sports journalists weighing in on the incident. Some agreed with Smith, stating that the WNBA needs to use Clark's popularity to elevate the league as a whole. Others, however, criticized his approach, emphasizing that excessive promotion of a single player can create discontent and unnecessary rivalries. The impact on ticket sales and viewership for Fever games was also significant. Clark's presence continues to draw large crowds, and the incident with Carter only increased the team's visibility. This shows that despite the controversies, Clark's popularity is bringing new energy to the WNBA. Monica McNutt, in her defense, reinforced that the league needs to find a balance. She emphasized that all players should be promoted fairly, and that their safety and well-being should not be compromised because of rivalries or jealousy. McNutt also praised Clark's resilience, stating that her ability to continue playing at a high level, even under intense pressure, is admirable. Smith, on the other hand, continued to defend the attention on Clark, arguing that it is justified by the positive impact she is having on the league. He argued that the WNBA needs to capitalize on this popularity, but also must ensure that all players feel valued and safe. All of this not only highlighted Caitlin Clark's situation, but also shed light on larger issues within the WNBA. The league is at a critical point where the promotion of new stars needs to be balanced, with the recognition and respect for the veterans who helped build the foundation of what the WNBA is today. Clark's case shows the importance of addressing issues of safety and fairness. The WNBA needs to review its policies on flagrant fouls and ensure that incidents like the one with Carter are treated with due seriousness. Players need to feel safe on the court to perform their best, without fear of unnecessary aggression. For the Fever, Clark's situation is a double-edged sword. On one hand, her popularity is bringing unprecedented attention to the team, increasing ticket sales and game viewership. On the other hand, the aggression directed at her can affect her performance and the team's morale. The Fever needs to find ways to protect their star and ensure she can continue to shine without being a target of violence on the court. The WNBA has the opportunity to use this discussion as a catalyst for positive changes. By strengthening its safety policies and promoting a fair and equitable playing environment, the league can ensure that all players, both veterans and rookies, can thrive. Given all this controversy, it is clear that the WNBA needs to adopt concrete measures to ensure the safety and well-being of its players. One of the first actions should be the implementation of stricter rules for hard fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct. Physical play is part of basketball, but there is a fine line between intense defense and unnecessary aggression. Flagrant and repetitive fouls should be penalized more severely, including suspensions and significant fines. Moreover, it is crucial to improve referee training. They need to be able to identify and punish dangerous plays accurately. Inconsistent rule enforcement only increases frustration for players and fans. More intensive and frequent training can help ensure that all games are officiated fairly and safely. Another important measure would be the introduction of more frequent video reviews during games. The technology is available and should be used to ensure that all plays are evaluated correctly. This would not only increase the accuracy of decisions, but also provide a sense of justice for players and fans. And of course, the league needs to listen to its stars. Players like Caitlin Clark are in a unique position to offer insights into what really happens on the court. Their experiences and suggestions are crucial for creating a safer and fairer environment. Constant and productive dialogue between the league and its players is essential. In addition to punitive measures, the WNBA should invest in support programs for its players. Specific training to deal with the physicality of the game, psychological support to handle pressure, and high-quality medical resources are essential for the athlete's well-being. Well-cared-for players perform better and recover more quickly from injuries. And you? What do you think about this whole situation? Leave your comments below. We want to hear your opinion. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the time. Click the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos about what's happening in the basketball world. Also, activate the bell to receive notifications every time we post a new video. Follow our channel for more analysis, news, and debates. See you in the next video.